All right, you guys. So today we are going to get a look at the Escape from Death Star game that also comes with the exclusive Grand Moff Tarkin figure from the Retro collection or the Retro line of figures, guys. So we're going to get a quick look at the board game as well as the Retro Grand Moff Tarkin figure. Guys here today, so let's get a quick look at the box. All right, you guys, so getting you a look at the box, we have our vintage style Star Wars logo wrapping around the outer side of the box here. We have a very cool illustration or picture, I should say, of a TIE fighter on a X-Wing. Very awesome, very cool. We have our exclusive Grand Moff Tarkin there, as I mentioned earlier. An assortment of different pictures of our legacy characters here. Really, really cool stuff here. Ages 8 and up. For this game. Now, actually, I'm not familiar with this game. I actually didn't even know this game existed, especially in the vintage style of the game. So to get this retro version of the game is really, really cool and very awesome. And as you can see, just as they did with the retro cards, they kind of give you that weathered look of the box on the outer side of the box there. So that's really, really cool stuff there, guys. And then, of course, on the side of the box, you also have the Star Wars logo there. You also have the Leia and logo there. Escape from the Death Star game, the Kenner logo. And then, of course, on the back of the box, you have your Star Wars logo, game, more readables there, cards, and all of the stuff that comes with the game itself. Really cool stuff there. And then you also have the Retro Tarkin figure pictured in the upper corner here. Hasbro Gaming, and then Disney logo right there. So really, really cool stuff here on the box, guys. But what do you say we go ahead and get this thing open? All right, you guys. So we have the front cover of the box off, and we have our retro figure of Tarkin right here with the retro sticker there. Really cool stuff there. We also have some of the additional game pieces here. Obviously, we have Luke and Leia, Han and Chewbacca. So getting you guys a closer look at the game pieces here on the inside. Again, you have your Han and Chewie, Luke and Leia from the Yavin 4 ceremony. Really cool stuff. And they come in a variety of different background colors, green, red, and blue, and then a lime green color there. So really, really cool stuff there, guys, as you can see. And then, of course, guys, we also have the stands for the game pieces there. So really cool stuff, coming a little baggy here. So just getting you a quick look at that. And then here we have the instructions to the game. Really cool stuff. Get you guys a quick look at that if you have never seen the instructions to the game, which I actually have not. I actually did not know this game even existed from the late 70s. So again, it's really cool to finally get a copy of it, even if it is a retro board game. So that is really, really awesome. And then getting you guys a look at the game cards. Here is a look at least one of the game cards. I'm not going to unwrap this. I'm sure there are some really cool and amazing game cards here, but I want to keep everything intact until I at least have a chance to actually have some people over and play the game. Then I may crack these open at that time. So, but here's a look at least at one of the cards here, which is really, really cool. And then getting you guys a look at the other side of the cards, you have this really cool Star Wars logo and Death Star blueprint underneath that. So really, really cool stuff there, guys. And then, of course, guys, you have the spinner here, the old school little spinner. If you remember any of the board games from the late 70s, early 80s that involve some kind of spinner, this is the old school style spinner for board games. So this is really, really cool here as well. And then getting you guys a look at the board itself, you have some really cool stuff. You have the Rebel base here. You have the TIE fighters here on this side. You also have an X-Wing there. You also have the Falcon, which is there. You have the Death Star in the background behind the entirety of it, Star Wars logo. And then you have all of your spots here where you would move your game pieces. You have the control room with R2-D2 and C-3PO. You have the detention block that has stormtroopers there. You have the tractor beam where Obi-Wan Kenobi is. And then, of course, you also have the trash compactor on the other side. So really, really cool stuff. Very, very awesome looking game, guys. Never played the game at all, but I really hope to, at some point, get a chance to sit with some friends who also love Star Wars and play the game. So getting you guys a look, closer look at the figure. It's really, really cool stuff. As you can see, has that 70s retro look where it doesn't exactly match Grand Moff Tarkin, but it is kind of goes in line with all of the other retro figures anyway. So that is really, really cool. You have the sticker there, which I will try to remove again, guys. Really, really cool card back right there. And then, of course, guys, on the back of the card, it's the same as all of the others, same information. So really, really nice and cool stuff there, guys. And then as a real quick channel announcement, guys, I will be reviewing the Jabba Adventure playset. Just got it in this week, guys. Very excited to have it. I have not opened it up yet because I wanted to wait for a couple of figures that should be in within the next week. And then I'm going to do a full-scale review as well as a diorama with this particular playset. It will also involve the Jabba sail barge. So I will be breaking out the sail barge for this particular review, guys. So we're going to do a full-scale diorama. I went out and finally got my slave Leia, guys. I know a lot of you guys were wondering where was that missing slave Leia in the review of the sail barge. Well, I finally got my hands on one that I can take out of the package. I actually did have or do still have a version of slave Leia. However, it is a part of my Toys R Us exclusive Rancor set, which I do not wish to open. So I went and got my slave Leia to open for the review of this and to complete our diorama of the sail barge, guys. So you want to stay tuned for that review, guys. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and make sure you hit that bell that's in the corner there so you'll get alerts when I upload my review of the Jabba palette. All right, you guys, so there it is, our full set of the first wave of the retro vintage figures, guys. Really, really excited to finally have them all together since acquiring the board game that comes with the Retro Tarkin figure. Again, guys, to complete my set of the first wave. So really cool. Very, very excited. I actually went to one of my local comic book shops, and they actually have some of the original vintage figures. They are not yet available for sale, but I'm hoping to get my hands on those. So if I do, you may see me bring these particular figures back out to do a comparison video, not to take these figures out of the package, but maybe we'll get a close-up look at the original figures, which are really in great condition versus these retro figures, guys. So that may be a future video to come. So guys, let me know what you think of the retro line of figures, and also as well as our main featured figure, the Tarkin retro figure here, guys. So let me know what your thoughts are, especially in regards to the board game as well. Have you played the Escape from the Death Star board game? Are you familiar with the old 1970s version of the game, guys? Let me know what your thoughts are. Are there some differences between the two different versions of the game here, guys? Let me know. Please put those comments down below. Please like and subscribe. And of course, guys, from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost, may the Force be with you always.